You're watching Ticket TV. Like, share, and subscribe on your way in. All right, you guys, like, share, and subscribe as y'all tap on in, man. I appreciate all y'all who support the content, man, and show love to the channel, man. We're gonna get right into this video. I want to talk about this situation with that happened yesterday with Nolan Wells, and I salute to everybody again that's tapped in, man. Shout out to Tara Moses for sending that donation you sent last night to the Cash App. I appreciate it. But I want to get to this because I feel a way, man, and this need to be spoken. This need to be stated, man. What happened yesterday to Nolan Wells, to his family, to all the people who were celebrating this boy's birthday, which he would never be able to see. This dude, Brandon Tatum, bro, you can't have a soul, brother. See, I'm gonna tell you something, man. Sometimes it's not about you, dog. And this dude makes it all about him, man. And what he did yesterday, man, was absolutely disgusting. And it just shows that this dude is a sorry dude, man, and he doesn't have any type of soul. He claims to be a man of God. He claims to, stand up for righteousness. But in all honesty, man, he's all about himself, man. And that's so disgusting what he did yesterday. I'm gonna say this. I have my issues with Pastor Jamal Bryant and the things that we've heard about him and rumors and allegations and all these things. But let me tell you something. It's a time and a place for everything, dog. It's a time and a place for And yesterday wasn't the time for you to pop that shit off you did yesterday, man. When people are trying to remember that boy, you see that boy's parents going through that pain at that boy's birthday prayer celebration yesterday, man. And for Tatum to come out and do that shit he did yesterday, while you know this boy parents, the family, everybody going, bro, this dude ain't got no soul. You claim to be a man of God, bro. But you a sick dude, man. And you only care about yourself, man. You only care. And let me say this again. You only care to satisfy yourself, dog. Instead of you being a bigger man and saying, you know what, man, yesterday is about this young brother's birthday. Let them mourn and have their celebration. What you do? You come on the internet talking shit about what they got going on at their celebration, bro. You got to be a low individual to do the type of shit this man is doing. Bro, I'm going to say it again. I got my issues with the Pastor Jamal Bryant dude from the things I've heard. But guess what? There's a time and there's a place for everything. And yesterday was not the time and the place for you to come poking your nose around, running your mouth. You always talking this shit about how Ben Crump and all these other people are doing this shit for self-service. But what are you doing on your channel, bro? What are you doing on your channel, bro? The shit you doing on your channel is for self-service. Let me play this. We lived in a world where I can see a mother who's mourning the loss of her son, and I can see other black men around her, and these black men are doing what's right. But it's nigga, are you doing what's right? Are you doing what's right? Because what would be right is on this young man's birthday celebration, you leave them the fuck alone, bro. Bro, this man downright keep harassing his family, bro. I don't like that shit, bro. Even yesterday, y'all noticed, I ain't say no videos about Nolan Wells, uh, Jamal Bryant, none of these people, man. I wanted to pay to let them have the respect of having that day. Didn't even want to do no videos about it. Didn't want to seem like I'm trying to grift off of their pain or off their situation. This dude, Tatum, he's a disgrace, bro. And I want to do this video last night, man, when I seen this shit, man. But this dude is so bad. I said, you know what? Yesterday was that their day, man. But everybody you have to have some type of soul, man. And this nigga don't got no soul. I want y'all to hear what he said, bro. He always talk about somebody else and what they doing it for. But this nigga be chopping this stuff, clipping this stuff, putting it all on his channel. For what, y'all? For money, for views, for profit, for gain. You criticize everybody else. But you doing this on your channel. Live streams, cutting it up into clips, and doing all these things just to antagonize every aspect of this family, bro. You mad because they didn't go your route. You want Nolan to have embodied who you are. A dude who you love white people first. That's just the truth. That's the truth. I'm a person, Tatum, I don't hate nobody that don't hate me. You a person, you hate black folks, bro. And we can see it the way you act, man. If you had any type of decency, man, you would have at least let yesterday, when you know it's that boy's birthday, and you know them people having a celebration, and you know them people up there mourning, you would at least say, you know what, let me respect that shit. Now, what you do, dog, you want to come criticize the family even more, talk down and talk shit about the family even more. Nigga, they lost their son. And God forbid if you ever got to deal with that and then deal with the criticism behind you losing a son, nigga.
Said you would never see this happen, or not never, but you'll rarely see this happen, because the one to her right is a hoodwinking, race baiting fool, and the other one to her left, his whole life has been race baiting. His whole life, his whole professional life.
And all you've been doing is tearing down blacks. That's all you've been doing, dog. All you've been doing is tearing down blacks, complaining every single day. Straight up. Straight up. And so the person said, I'm going live for game. I'm not going live for game. I don't have to go live for game. See, the one thing you don't know about me, punk, I'm rich without YouTube, sucker. I've been rich way before YouTube. See, when niggas like this come on the internet and talk, he don't even know what he talking about. You think you just talking to your average YouTuber, nigga. You don't even know the fuck you talking about, nigga. And you don't know who you talking to, nigga. I've been rich before and after YouTube, I'll be rich, nigga. So sit down and shut up.
Even when he was fat and stupid and race baiting. And where does his kids go to school at?
Where does a God-fearing man come around calling a dude fat and all this other stuff, bleep and race baiting? But he claims, this is his forefront, that I love Jesus. I'm going to sell I love Jesus merchandise. I'm a disciple. But on this man's birthday, look what he said. Did y'all not hear how he talking about people? I thought he's supposed to be a dude to bring people together. Guess what? He never talked about the white boys like that. Tell me one time y'all heard him talking about a white person like that. Peep game, man. Bro, that shit's sad, man. That nigga ain't got no boundaries, man. You gotta have some type of boundaries, bro. Like in life, man, it has to be some type of limit that you have, man. Like even yesterday, bro, I ain't even want to go. I ain't want to do none of that shit. I ain't want to even talk about. I just talked about something completely different, bro. Because I knew I wanted to respect that about that family, about the parents, man. But you, dog, that nigga don't have this nigga don't have he don't have any types of, and guess what he gonna ignore, y'all? He gonna ignore that Al Sharpton and that Ben Crump sat up there and said that they want the boys to help solve Nolan's case. That they're not accusing anyone of murder from that boy. He's not talking about that. He's criticizing the family because of who they decide that they want to help them find out what happened to their son. Because it's not him. Because it's not somebody that's white. He have a problem with who the parents have chosen. Because he had to have, think about this, y'all. He have a complex to where he had to have approval of what another grown man and another grown woman. And I'm going to tell you something, Tatum. You an ex-cop, bro. I feel sorry if you ever cross paths with that man daddy. Because all the shit you said to violate his wife, all the things that you said to violate their family and the decisions they've made, I'm going to tell you something, man. I would feel bad if you ever had to come and cross paths with that man's father, bro. And it would be all your fault. Because you a low down dude, man. You ain't got no morals, my nigga. I don't like Jamal Bryant. I'm not coming out here blasting Jamal Bryant on their day. If that's what they want to do, that's what they did for their son. You come out here talking shit about what they doing on their son's day. I wish a nigga would.
Where the Al Sharpton kids go to school? No. F that. Y'all want to be so, I'm with the black. Where do his kids go to school? I bet it ain't an HBCU. I bet they ain't live in a black neighborhood. How much you want to bet? Now, I'm saying that to say, I wish that real black men could rally around them. But instead, these fools are around her. And then Jamal Bryant. What does Nolan, I bet you Nolan don't even know who Jamal Bryant is. He didn't know who Jamal Bryant was. Why is Jamal?
Nigga, Nolan Bryant don't know who you are. Nigga, Nolan Bryant doesn't know who you are. But you sitting up here simping. Nigga, let me ask you a question. What type of relationship did you have with Charlie Kirk? Was Charlie Kirk your best friend? Did you come up in the box with Charlie Kirk, nigga? Nigga, you was over there crying for Charlie Kirk. You ain't shared one tear for Nolan Wells, nigga. I'm gonna ask you again, nigga. You cried for Charlie. This is the same. Didn't this dude say? Did he not say he wouldn't even cry for his own? Hold on, bro. You sat up there and balled up.
O'Brien and part of this. Finish the clip. And we do not have that anymore.
Wells' cause of death has still not yet been determined publicly.
Now, see how he keep trying to throw that in? That nigga is sad. Bro, I'm tell y'all something, man. What he did yesterday, man, that's downright demonic, bro. That's downright demonic to fuck with a people's family like that, man.
That they got associated with their family and now is doing a prayer. They can't find a better pastor than this. Let me explain something to you. Why can't they have a white pastor?
Think about this. He's criticizing the pastor and asking why they can't have a white pastor. Bro, I'm telling you, bro. I've never seen this level of hatred for yourself, nigga. I have never seen this. I've never seen this. He criticized who they got and said, why y'all can't have a white pastor? Bro, this shit is crazy. Bro, I feel bad that nigga ever run across Nolan's daddy, bro. I tell you, man. I tell you, bro. I tell you, man. Please don't never pull up nowhere around them people, man. Please don't do that, Tatum, man. Because all that shit you don't say, bro, I'm telling you something, man. I don't see that family ever able to forgive you. And that's sad, bro, that you have went that far, man. You have talked that much shit about a family. They lost their son, nigga. Not none of these other people. They lost their son. Not none of these other people. You gonna sit up here and tell the parents why y'all ain't get a white pastor, why y'all gonna get him? Nigga, are you crazy? Nigga, you acting like all white pastors are just holy art thou, nigga. What are you talking about? Why they ain't get a white pastor? Did y'all not hear that? Why they ain't get a white pastor? He gonna say that though, right? He gonna say that. That's insane to me, right? So he said, why didn't they go get a white pastor? Why didn't they go get Jimmy Swaggart? Remember the allegations on Jimmy Swaggart? Right? You talking about Jamal Bryant. Let's go deep then, nigga. Why they ain't get a white pastor? Why they ain't go get Jimmy Swaggart then? Remember Jimmy Swaggart back in the day? Let's talk about that. He talking about why they ain't go get a white pastor. Why didn't they go get Jim Baker? Why didn't they go get Robert Morris? Right? That right down there in Dallas, Texas. Right? Remember that woman that came forward on him? and said that he groomed and sexually abused her for 4 years when she was 12, nigga. And he pled guilty to 5 counts. But you want to play this game? Why y'all ain't get a white pastor? Why they ain't gonna get Ted Haggard? Remember him, Tatum, talking all that shit, nigga? He was the head of the National Association of Evangelicals. This man had a church, y'all, of doggone near 15,000 people. And he was out there preaching against same-sex marriages and drug usage. Right? What happened to him, y'all? He got exposed when that male escort came out and slammed his ass because he revealed that the pastor had been paying him for sexual encounters and using that crystal METH for years. Destroyed that pastor. What about Bill Hybels? What about him? Down there in Chicago, Illinois, Buster, white pastor. Right? Sister family, why the family ain't gonna get a white pastor, man? Why ain't gonna get a white pastor? Remember him? That he had a mega church too. Right? Matter of fact, he had one of the biggest mega churches in the United States of America. And remember, they got his ass up out, they packed his ass up in 2018 when he got exposed for sexual misconduct and all those unwanted advances to them ladies in his congregation. But why you ain't gonna get a white pastor, man? Why you gonna get a black pastor? Why you ain't get a white one? Nigga acting like see, this is why I be trying to tell y'all this. He trying to talk shit about Jamal Bryant. Nigga, you don't want to do this, nigga, because I know my history, nigga. What about James McDonald? Another white pastor in Chicago. What about him? That nigga was fired by the church. He was fired by the church. Right? When them audios released on him, right? When he was talking all that crazy shit, they fired his ass, nigga. Don't make me go on. The congregation fired his ass. He gonna sit up here and tell y'all, well, why not hire a white pastor? Listen to this shit. You can't make this up. Bro, this nigga, I'm telling y'all, he is a menace, bro.
And now is doing a prayer. They can't find a better pastor than this. Let me explain something to you. Why can't they have a white pastor?
Now, Tatum, you said you would debate any YouTuber. Nigga, I'm challenging you to debate. Y'all tell this nigga, I want that nigga head up. That nigga talk all that shit. I'm annihilate. I swear to God. I swear for God, everything I love. Y'all tell that nigga I want that nigga head up. This nigga talk all that shit. Nigga, you praise Donald Trump. We ain't got nothing else to talk about. You praise Donald Trump. Nigga, if you ever step in any debate room with me, I'm gonna destroy your ass, nigga. I swear to God, nigga. I'm gonna strip it all the way down, nigga. I swear to God, Tatum. You have pushed me to a point. I'm expose you, nigga. I'm expose you. Nigga, you praise Donald Trump. One of the biggest male chauvinists. But you love God, right, nigga? You gonna criticize the pastor, the family guy. Nigga, you'll criticize Nolan. Hey, y'all, listen, I told y'all, my mind is on a whole different effing level. You criticize a pastor that the parents of Nolan Wells got and say, why y'all couldn't get a better pastor? Why y'all couldn't get a white pastor? When you didn't criticize that white pastor that Donald Trump nominated, that it came out that dude had a crazy sex scandal and he had to drop out the race, sucker. Why didn't you criticize that mega pastor that Donald Trump recently had to remove his nomination from? I ain't never seen you do one video about that. Tatum, you don't want no smoke with me, nigga, because I see everything. I watch the news. I stay in the reports. I see everything, boy. So since you want to talk that shit, why does this dude never hold Donald Trump accountable for any of the allegations that Donald Trump has had against him? Why not? I want you to think about this, y'all. Why hasn't he held Donald Trump accountable? Why has Officer Tatum Donald Trump has been accused by more than 40 women of sexual misconduct, sexual abuse. Donald Trump has been mentioned in the Epstein files tons of times. He will never talk about that. He will never talk about the pastor that Donald Trump nominated. He'll never talk about him. Why? Because that pastor's white. He'll never talk about that. Right? I want you to think about this. I want you to think about this. And there's a couple of pastors that Donald Trump have came out here stomping for that had all kind of questions around them. What about Paula White Cain? Right? That was the pastor that was nominated and appointed by Donald Trump, who faced widespread allegations of financial corruption as a televangelist. But Tatum will never talk about that. He'll never talk about that. Right? He won't never talk about any of the allegations against Jackson Lamer. I want y'all to go look up Jackson Lamer. I want y'all to go look him up. Matter of fact, let me pull up a picture of this guy. I need y'all to look this guy up. His name is Jackson Lamer. Let me get a picture of him. Right? Jackson Laymeyer. That's his name. I mispronounced his name because I was thinking about it, but I got his picture now. Right? I want y'all to think about this. Right? Now, this is a pastor, right, that Donald Trump nominated. He nominated Tatum, white pastor. This guy right here. Hold on, let me pull this up here. Hold on. See, I'm going to get his ass. I'm going to get him good. Y'all ain't got to worry about this. I'm going to get him good. Since he want to do all this damn talking, I'm going to get his ass good. Put this on the screen. See, this is how you expose. When y'all come out here to expose these people, this is how you expose them like this. Jackson Laymeyer, Donald Trump's right-wing nominated Republican pastor. Why he ain't criticize him? Jackson Laymeyer, you guys, he was from Oklahoma. Mega church. Was forced to step down after those sexting with a woman who was not his wife. And Donald Trump withdrew his nomination. He withdrew his not nomination. He withdrew his nomination of this guy. Yeah. Why he ain't never talk about that? Why he don't never talk about that? Y'all don't see, you guys don't like the truth. Tatum cannot be, he will never debate me because I'm gonna destroy this nigga. Because I'm gonna start right with Donald Trump. He want to talk about Jamal Bryant. I'm gonna talk about Donald Trump and everybody that stand around Donald Trump. I question everybody that stands around Donald Trump. Period. But he gonna question who Nolan Wells' parents got. But he don't question Donald Trump's family being around them Tate brothers. Them Tate brothers being charged with. Think about this. Have y'all even seen him criticizing the Tate brothers? The Tate brothers have been hit with PDF file charges. Have he come out here criticizing the Tate brothers? The Tate brothers have been on tape for the longest, calling themselves pimps, talking about they pimping hoes, all this other shit. Have you ever seen him criticize Andrew and Tristan Tate. That nigga got all this time for Nolan Wells' family, but he don't got no time for the Trumps. He don't got no time for Andrew and Tristan Tate. I don't see him spending as much time on the Epstein files. This dude is a weasel, but he'll come out here and talk about why they ain't get a white pastor. When he ain't talked about the president of the United States nominated pastor who was caught, y'all, a married man, sexting a former Miss America pageant contestant. See, y'all, the thing about me, I remember everything. When I do stories, I remember everything. He won't talk about that.
This is where I feel like the racism of black people are just so prominent and they get away with it and the world is laughing at them, but in their circle, they think it's all justified. Nolan appeared that he loved everybody. Nolan's best friends were white. Based on all the pictures I've seen, most of his friends are the ones he hung out with and seemed to be closest with, from what I've been told, were these white boys. So in his death, why can't it be a mixed, unified funeral service?
It actually was. It was white and black people there, liar. You're a liar, Tatum. It was white and black people in that building, liar. Yesterday, at his birthday celebration, it was white and black people there, liar. You're a liar. It was white and black people there, you liar. I saw it. You're a liar. There were white and black people at Nolan's celebration yesterday and at his funeral. This dude's a liar. He's a liar. I want y'all to think about something. If Ben Crump hated white folks so much, why would his lead investigator be white? He would have made it all black. Ben Crump's lead investigator is white. Tatum won't tell y'all that. He won't tell y'all that. See, I study everything. This dude is a clown. Y'all tell this dude, I want that real smoke with that nigga. I swear to God, bro. I swear to God. Anybody know how I get down? I'm going to do him worse than I did Jason Whitlock.
But they got only black people up there. They went to a white church.
Only black people. Bro, they had white people at both of the events. What are you talking about, dog? They literally had white people. Bro, literally, when they did all the press conferences, y'all, you seen mixed people up there. You seen an Asian lady up there. You seen a white dude up there. You literally seen a whole mixture of ethnicities on the stages. This dude is a liar. In fact, Ben Crump even give the mic to the Asian lady to talk. He give the mic to the white investigator to talk. What is this Bama talking about? Bro, this man is a menace, bro.
But the white people didn't get up there and do nothing. They didn't get up there and do the eulogy. And then you got the...
Bro, why are you looking at it through color, Tatum? Why does that have to be a white person? Why can't it be a black person? Why does that have to be a white person? Why can't it be a black person?
Everything. But Jamal Brown, there's many pastors in this country that could do a better job and is blameless than this fraudulent Jamal Bryant, a celebrity pastor.
He's fraudulent, but Donald Trump ain't. Nah, you niggas like you praise Donald Trump. He's fraudulent, but Donald Trump ain't. Think about this, y'all. Donald Trump, he's this great, God-fearing, holy man. Donald Trump don't post some of the most blasphemous stuff you can on the internet. What was Tatum's response when Donald Trump posted that shit that portrayed black folks, as in Michelle and Barack Obama, as monkeys? What was his response? Remember his response? Tatum, you don't want this smoke, bro. You don't want this shit. See, them other dudes, you think you can get by with them because you don't want this shit with me, bro. I don't study you too. I study your style, nigga. I studied your style, bro. You said, bro, this nigga said, bro, listen, I will destroy him. Right with the Donald Trump. He doing all this shit talking about who the family hired. But look at Donald Trump. All we gotta do is stop with Donald Trump. If you see all the corruption that has been around Donald Trump, from people that he have hired that have questions around them to the out the kazoo, he never talk about that shit. He never highlight that shit. He's never focused on that. All he do is focus on terrorizing this man's family. That's it. And Tatum, if you ever make the mistake of bringing your candy ass over here, bro, I'm gonna do you something that ain't nobody ever did you before in a debate, bro. I'm gonna do you disgusting. Now you said you was willing to go on any channel, so bring your ass, dog. I ain't hard to find, nigga. I know you be creeping in these comment sections. Somebody that's your people that they get to you, nigga. Because see, I don't need no notes. I'm a quick thinker. And this shit burnt in my brain. So when you tell lies, I'm not like a lot of these people. I'm instantly gonna be able to clap back at you, nigga. And destroy you. Because I know what you're doing, dog. You talk about Jamal Brown. I have issues with Jamal Brown too. But guess what? That's who the family wanted on their day. I'm not gonna come out here and wreck their day. That's what you want to do. But I ask you again, why don't you criticize the president that you praise that has over 40 allegations and even more? He's got the worst allegations known to mankind against him in the Epstein files, where people went to the FBI and reported him. But you don't keep that same energy for Donald Trump. You'll never say anything. You'll never come out your mouth about Donald Trump, nigga. Because the day you come out your mouth about Donald Trump, your channel is finished.
Why can't a white person do it? Because they're racist. They'll never have a white person represent anything regarding their family.
He's a liar. He's a liar. I can prove he's a liar right there. The lead investigator for the family is white. He's a liar. Hold on. Let me say this again. The lead independent investigator for Nolan Wells' family that Ben Crump has hired is white. Hey, see how easy it is to eat to this nigga? The lead investigator that Ben Crump has hired for Nolan Wells' family is white. Liar. It's a white man. His secretary is Asian. Tatum, you are the worst type of liar I've ever seen, bro. I've never seen a dude lie as much as you, dog. Never seen it. The lies and the level of liar that you're on, bro, it's never gonna be matched. And I'm gonna say it again. He just told a flat out lie. The lead investigator, right, for Ben Crump that he's hired for Nolan Wells' family, right, is white. Remember he came, you guys? Remember he came and he was on the stage and he spoke? Remember the white guy who spoke? They were just at the conference the other day, at the NABG conference the other day. Remember this, you guys? And he's been on stage a few times, but he was right there on stage with the family. And Ben Crump had him come up and speak. Do you guys all remember this? This just happened the other day. Do y'all not remember this? It just happened just the other day. This dude is a liar. I've never seen somebody lie to the level of Brandon Tatum. I'm talking about, bro, liar. In fact, I'm going to show y'all. I'm going to show y'all right now. Tatum, I'm going to show you this picture. You're a liar. And everybody's going to know who I'm talking about when I show them this picture right now. They're all going to know who I'm talking about, dog. Every last person in this comment section, they're going to remember. They're going to say, oh, yeah, I remember him. And I'm going to get a better picture of him because I want to expose Tatum for a liar he is, bro. Bro, you are sad, man. So you said why they couldn't have nobody white. Brother, you see that dude that's standing behind Nolan Wells' mom? He's white. You see the Asian lady standing beside Nolan Wells' dad? She's Asian. They work for Ben Crump. You liar. You are a liar, bro. You are a liar, man. The guy that's standing behind Nolan Wells' mother, the white dude, he is the lead investigator in Nolan Wells' death for the family. The private investigator that they hired is white. He literally said, why y'all can't have no white people on stage? They literally have the lead investigator that's behind the mama, right there standing beside the daddy. He's white. You can't make this up. The lies that these niggas will spread. The little lady right there beside Nolan's dad on the other side, she Asian. That's Ben Crump's secretary. If Ben Crump was a racist, and this was just hey, we don't care about nobody else, whatever, none of those other people will be any other ethnicity on the stage. It will be all black, and that's it. Ben Crump, who he hired, contradict everything you say, Tatum. You are a liar, dog. So now I know what it is. All you wanted to do was demonize that family. That's it. That's all you want to do was demonize that family, dog. That's all. In fact, they have multiple cultures that he brought up on that stage that day and other days. But this dude is such a liar, bro. The shit it's embarrassing, man. And I just be honest with you, man. It's embarrassing that nigga, I'm sad, bro. Because that nigga sat up there. If I was the family, man, I'd go ahead and sue his ass, man. Because he's a liar. And he's slandering the family, bro. And whether y'all think so or not, Nolan Wells' family are private citizens. Because they were private citizens before this whole situation started. And if I was them, I would sue Tatum ass. Because Tatum, you straight up sat out here and lied on these people, man. Bro, there ain't no question, bro. And I actually got pictures, I got video, I got all this shit that you lied, dog. Then you said that, oh, well, y'all had all black people there on this funeral. Bro, they had white people all in that church at this funeral. They had all white people, they had mixed white people out there at his birthday. Right? At his birthday celebration, they had a whole mix of people out there. What are you talking about, dog? Right? They had a whole mix of people. I saw all those people that was in that church. They had white and I seen white people all in the congregations. But you talking about, oh, they need to be on the pulpit. Nigga, you don't be telling Donald Trump that. Think about this, y'all. This dude don't tell Donald Trump he need to have more black people in his office, in his cabinet. But he'll tell Nolan Wells' family they need to have more white people. I want you to think about this. Think about the psychology in that, y'all. This is what he'll say. Boy, that's a sad nigga, bro. That's a sad nigga, bro. That's a sad dude, bro. And he's talking about somebody racist. He's making the situation more racist while he talking.
Perspective. Honor that boy. And then y'all putting these, Lord, I want to just cuss. Listen to this fool, Jamal Brown. You tell me, does he sound like a reasonable pastor? Before we get there, let me add the fact that he cheated on his wife. He finna get in here and talk about black women. Cheat on your wife.
Did Donald Trump cheat on his wife? Has Donald Trump ever cheated on his wife, Tatum? You want to talk about cheating on a wife? Has Donald Trump ever cheated on his wife? Okay, we'll leave it right there.
Outside Babies was a failed pastor at Empowerment Temple, and now he's over here with Eddie Long Church. Eddie Long was dealing both.
Was Donald Trump a failed businessman that filed bankruptcy multiple times? That got a handout from his daddy before he lucked up and became the president of the United States of America when he was running with the Democrats? And when they rejected his ass, he ran over there to the Republicans and act like he was some type of rogue warrior.
Allegedly, he settled with him. They got pictures of Eddie Long in the bathroom in his underwear. How you get a picture of him in his underwear if he not sending to little boys grooming him at his church? Disgraced, he dies, and then Jamal Brown takes over his church. It's a bunch of foolery. And black folks run into the hills to go to.
Let's not talk about what's been going on over there and a lot of these situations in the Catholic Church that you don't call out, Tatum. With those popes over there. Let's not talk about that. Tatum, you don't want to do this, dog. Wait, I can get down and dirty. You don't want this smoke, bro. I swear to God, you do not want this smoke with a nigga like me. Since you want to talk about pastors doing wrong, bro, we can go all the way with it. Let's talk about all them popes that you never talk about. Let's talk about all those popes that you never talk about.
Jamal Brown's church. That fool, after he cheated on his wife, that black queen you talking about, what did he do? He did a sermon and said, I'm still the...
Did Donald Trump cheat on his wife? The man you praise. Tatum will cry if anything. Bro, let me tell y'all something. The man you praise. I want y'all to think about this.
That's your humility. You don't step down as a pastor. You come back and say, I'm still the man.
And to the person who said those popes, you damn right I said those popes. Because Tatum would never call them out. Tatum talk about a black pastor. I want you to think about this since you said those popes. Right? Tatum will sit up here and talk about black pastors. Right? 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 Why he won't talk about the white church leaders, the popes, that have been caught in these disgraceful sex scandals, right? With them youngins, right? Why you want to talk about that? Since you saying that, you damn right I said that. You damn right I said that. Since you want to do that, it's been multiple popes. So you want to play this game? We can do it if you want to do it. I don't think you really want to do that, though. So I don't want to hear that. No, he's talking about sexual leaders. I'm telling him, once again, okay, he does not say anything, right, about the past popes The bishops and all those people that was in the Catholic Church that had all those scandals, right? You can go all the way back to Pope Julius III. Pope John the 12th. Pope Benedict, the what? What was he? The fourth? What? Nah, the 9th. I believe that was. You want to keep going? Then let's talk about that whole Catholic Church situation where you had all those situations going on with those youngins. Why he don't never put no pressure about that? He gonna sit up here and talk about Eddie Long and Jamal Bryant as if those are those two black guys and those two black preachers are the only ones that got scandals around them. We already know about that. But he don't never talk about these white evangelicals. He won't never talk about that. I don't already named you multiple white evangelicals. Donald Trump, the one Donald Trump promoted, Jackson Laymeyer, the one Donald Trump promoted out of Oklahoma. Donald Trump took his promotion from this dude when he found out that this dude had gotten cooked. When that article came out that he was sexting that woman and cheating on his wife, boom. I ain't seen no video from Tatum about that shit. But he praised Donald Trump, but he don't criticize the people that Donald Trump have around him. He don't even criticize Donald Trump. And I tell you, he will never criticize Donald Trump because the day he criticized Donald Trump, he lose his channel. He lose all his following.
This is what the black community is representing the black community. Not all of us, but I would say most people think this fool is like a normal person. Roll the clip. It's a long time for no answers. They should be, it should be cakes and candles and jokes and you old man, you're getting up there, you're going to catch up with me. That's not happening today. But you are celebrating his life. Yeah, I'm on my way to Biloxi to a stand with Nolan.
He calling him a grifter. But this man done chopped up how many videos on Nolan Wells? Since this started, Tatum is done. I want y'all to think about this. He called himself a man of God, but he got to come on the internet and go at any and everybody he perceived that don't think how he think as far as the Nolan Wells case is concerned. But you want to call out everybody else. That how many times that nigga call out the Catholic Church? I want y'all to think about this.
Family and the larger community. On this day, he should be eating cake, should be arguing with his parents that now he's grown at 19 and should be able to come in whenever he wants. And his cell phone should be. And yet we're having a
He's talking about in his cell phone. See, this type of shit, this is the type of stuff that bottom of the barrel people do. Bro, that's disgusting, man. I can't never see myself on somebody's birthday with their parents going through the worst thing you can go through and me coming on the internet demonizing them people, man. Bro, they're not going to do what you want them to do. The only reason why Tatum likes Nolan is because Nolan had white friends. That's it, y'all. If Nolan had all black friends, Tatum wouldn't care. I'm telling y'all this. That nigga would not care, bro. I ain't never seen no dude like that. Bro, I thought Jason Whitlock and Stephen A. Smith took the cake. This nigga right here, bro, have came for the gusto in 2026. But once again, I exposed him. He said Ben Crump and them to have him white. The man that's standing behind Nolan Wells' mother, that is a white man. That is the lead investigator for Nolan Wells' death independent investigation. You know who hired him? Ben Crump. If Ben Crump's a racist, why did he hire a white man to lead the investigation? And not only that, why does he have an Asian woman working as his secretary? So that narrative that he put out there has already been debunked. He's got a multicultural situation going on, even though he stands up for black folks. But Tatum will never tell y'all this. Why they ain't on the stand with him? They are on the stage with him. In fact, Ben Crump has let the white dude speak multiple times. You're lying, Tatum. Ben Crump has let the white man go up there and speak multiple times. You're lying. Stop lying, dog.
Moment of reflection. What is ironic, Don, is that it happened on the same weekend that America celebrated its 250th birthday. And so it's a pregnant pause for our community. As much as we think that we've made strides, we're making the electric slide backwards. Mississippi is also the same ground that killed Medgar Evers and Emmett Till. And we add now to that
Time
list.
out. Emmett Till, 70 years ago. Was he killed in Biloxi? Was he killed in Ocean Springs? Was he killed in Horn Island? Then why are you making a comparison to Emmett Till 70 years ago to right today? And you don't have no evidence. This is supposed to be a man of God. God didn't give you no wisdom.
Bro, did God give you wisdom, bro? That's the real question, dog. Because you out here effing with these people's parents on their son's birthday, bro. And their son ain't even here, man. Bro, you're a sad dude, bro. You're a sad. And then you going to talk about somebody grifting. But this nigga don't did how many videos talking about this shit? Tatum could just leave it all alone and wait till the facts come out. He don't want to do that. He want to constantly demonize this family. I'm telling y'all this. He want to constantly demonize this family. When all they saying is, hey man, we want to find out what happened to our son. That's all. That's all. They saying our son, he left with all white guys. All the white guys came back home. Our son didn't. We have questions about that. Is there a problem with that? Not once did the parents come out and say, hey man, those friends murdered my son. They didn't say that. That's people on YouTube saying that shit. But you mad because the parents said, hold on, we have a black son that went out with white friends and he the only one that didn't come back. So we want to get some black leaders to come around us to help us garner the attention and get the independent investigation we need, which has really helped this case, in my opinion. Because without the public pressure, I don't think that this case would have even been. It's a lot of cases that go on all the time. You know what I'm saying? That we never even hear about on an everyday basis. So the blessing for them to be able to have this type of attention to where, you know, it is bad that some people are using it and just putting out anything and calling boys murderers and all this other stuff without no evidence. Because I want to see all the real evidence to see what they got before I make my conclusions. But what you doing, Tatum, you demonizing a family who asking questions about their son. It's like, bro, that shit's sad, man. You know what I'm saying? And I truly believe this. I believe if something happened to Tatum's kids, he would go to all white folks to try to get it. I'm telling y'all this. That shit's sad, man. I pray he don't have to see. Well, he better pray he don't have to see the day where he faces racism in the ultimate way. Because ain't nobody going to feel sad for this dude. Like, share, subscribe, man. Hey, we always appreciate the support, and if you guys want to do so, you can use the Cash App or PayPal links. They'll be in the description box below this video or pinned at the top of the comments. The top donators will be announced every month. All right, you guys, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Like, share, and subscribe. Make sure y'all cop the merch, and make sure that you get the weight loss formula. The links to that will be in the description box below this video. Check out our next video coming up right now.